darkradio.com. Yes, the longest website URL for a porn station on record. SkyhawkAfterDarkRadio.com. You can find us each and every week. Fridays, 12 p.m. Pacific. Saturdays, if you go to one part of their website, it's 8 p.m. Pacific. If you go to another part of their website, it's 8 a.m. Pacific. And Skyhawk After Dark Radio is synonymous for the fact that when we met their representatives in Chicago, and I introduced them to Giovanni Valentino, they go, "Who's this guy?" And I go, "He's on your station every week.
I'm on your show."
So it is quite the deal.
I am literally.
He is literally on the show every week. On the show. So, and I didn't know who this guy was. Nice to meet you, sir. Well, good. He's in the Saturday time slot. So we have got two great guests with us today. They are amazing. And, years and years ago when I met both of these two fine-feathered people at Exotica, or as I call it, a porn convention.
We can't say Exotica.
We can't say Exotica. We have to say the porn convention because remember, and this is me getting in trouble. They pay a lot of money for that social media software. Okay, so
big social media.
They have a big social media presence. By the way, a week after the Chicago Exotica, they promoted Christy Canyon at Chicago Exotica. That had ended a week earlier. But we won't get into that here. So
get a refund on that.
So we have, one of the things that someone asked me. I think it was Michael from ASN Magazine. He's like, when you were in New Jersey, did you get a chance to chat? This was last year. He was like, did you get a chance to chat with Cole and his lovely significant other? And I said,
yep.
Cole? I said, well, I met the Crazy Winter Nights guy. And he's like, yeah, same dude. And I go, oh, okay. And what I referred to him as was Crazy Kazaba.
and let me tell you, Cole, when he was trying to talk to me about you the first time, he goes, "Hey, I knew I had known you as KNW." So Jiggy's coming at me with, Crazy Kazaba. I don't know who the fuck that is. Who's Crazy Kazaba? He starts talking and all, and I'm like, okay. And he goes, they run the Winter Nights thing. I go, KNW? He goes, yeah, and then somebody else, and then so fast forward a few weeks later, we're talking to somebody. He goes, oh yeah, you know Cole. And I go, who the hell is Cole? And I'm like, and I was like, and then I this happened, true story. Because yeah, they're with the KNW. And I go, how many people does that staff have? I was like, there's this Casbah guy. And they go, no, it's the same guy. I go, oh my God. I was like, so.
Damn.
I mean, I was like, oh, there's this person and this person. I'm like, and then it's like, oh, it's all Cole. So it is nice to finally have you on the show, and finally nice that the entire internet now knows Cole is Crazy Casbah.
Crazy Casbah.
He is KNW.
That's right.
So,
yes.
Yes. Not.
Yes.
I can
everything.
be very blonde at moments, as most people know.
You know, if Dean Malenko in WCW was the man of 1,000 holds, Cole is the man of 1,000 swinger gimmicks. So he's
maybe a few.
And apparently he is very, very good at karaoke.
Which apparently that's very wrong. He tries really hard, but he's not good at it.
Well,
I'm the same. I can't hold a note, man.
In New Jersey, I think at some point we need to find a karaoke bar.
If we can find rum and you find me a karaoke machine, I guarantee I'll sing. Well, that
would be
hilarious.
I'm
with him on that.
Because my buddy Castano, who has the Ice Lounge in Wichita, Kansas, is getting ready to do. He might have.
Was he the guy that was supposed to be my security guy?
He's going to do live band karaoke. And
security guy.
Where they
do not hire Castano as your personal security guy. He was out drinking champagne when he was supposed to be watching my back.
So he's going to do this thing where he brings in this band, and they have a list of songs that they know. And then you sign up and you can sing one of the songs and they'll back
Yes.
you while you.
That would rock. I love the band.
That's a good professional band like that makes me look better. That's how I see it. You know.
Play the guitars louder. You'll never hear my shit.
That's right.
So you and your lovely significant other there. By the way, I do love your hair. I did say that in the pre deal with my with my note here. She has the same kind of red hair that a woman by the name of Buffy had at one point, who she moved into my house, she painted my counter, and then she broke my heart. But then I met Brittany, and then ironically Brittany had red hair, and I made her change it. I'm like, you can't have red hair. But I will have to say that it looks fantastic on you. So never
Thank
change.
you.
Never
It
change.
does look really. It is beautiful.
So okay, let's start with not New Jersey. Let's start with Chicago.
Okay.
Talk to us a little bit about your experience. You had a booth
Yes.
in Chicago. Yes. Let's talk about the booth. Let's start there. What the
talk
hell
about
was
the
all
booth
this
at the
like?
porn convention.
Because what we wanted to do was have you on the show so you could give us a blow by blow of your Chicago experience from top to bottom. So let's start with the booth.
It was awesome. So it was our first time having a booth. We'd shared a booth before, but it was our first time running solo, getting everything out there, because we are an unusual company where we have Miss Amanda's adult side. We've got, our Crazy Winter Nights brand. We've got our Full Swap shop, our merch store. We've got the radio station, Full Swap Radio. We've got the podcast. We got the Swinger Network. So, and our logo is the middle finger. So, and we had a new wall made up, and in the middle is our logo. It's not a mood, it's a lifestyle with the middle finger. And it got exactly what we wanted it to do. We started to hear people go, "You're the booth we heard about. You had to come get the booth with the big middle finger." And so we had 9 or 10 people that just wanted to ask if they could take a picture with the logo, which is exactly what I wanted, because I want people wanting to find our booth. And so, then in turn, by finding us, they found, obviously, Miss Amanda. They found Honeybee, who's another one of our folks.
She's quite the little perv
there.
magnet.
And
Quite a
then we
little
actually
perv magnet.
promote the shit out of our stuff. It was funny, though, because the big question people kept asking is, what are you? Because unlike so many other booths out there that have, here's our little, this is what we're doing, ta-da. We're not like that. We're the gauntlet. So I think that threw people for a loop a little bit as they're trying to figure out who we are. But I know when we go to Miami, which we also have a booth, in New Jersey when we have our booth, is that people will be talking about finding the booth with that middle finger. And it's easy to get people, hey, you want to come get free pictures with a couple porn stars? Come to the booth with the big middle finger. That's the part that
middle finger.
that's the part
like
that
that.
people will come.
I
They
like
won't
that.
know Casbah, but they sure as fuck will know that finger, and that's a win for us.
Well, give me a little bit of time, and I will try to make sure that at New Jersey, I will have Big Will or Michael Nagy with his weird hair running around telling people, you gotta go find Crazy Casabah. Just look for the booth with
That's how I say it now. Ever since
with
Jiggy
the middle
said that,
finger.
that's what I call you. I'm just gonna be honest with you, Cole. My wife's like, who's the call with your 4 o'clock? I go, it's Crazy Casabah.
Crazy Casabah.
Look, I've been called a lot worse. We've been called a lot worse. So honestly, we'll roll with that. We know you guys are sold on it when you join the Legion. Now, right now, there's 16 people running around this country that have our logo. We didn't ask them to. We didn't pay them to or anything else. That have our logo tattooed on their body. We're not one of them, FYI. So when you're ready, when you've bought in and you understand the power of Casbah and the middle finger, you too will be out getting ink, and you'll want to come up and show it like a badge of honor, showing your ink, showing your face.
I will get the
I tattooed Jiggy Jaguar above my ass. Just
I will get the Crazy Casabah logo on one arm, and the Watcher Highlander tattoo on the other.
There
And,
you go.
What
we'll
is
do
that?
that.
We give
What is
extra
the hype?
points if you do a tramp stamp.
What?
If you do a tramp stamp, we'll give you
What?
extra points.
Hold on, back up, back the trolley up here.
You
don't
talk
know
about-
what Highlander is?
What that is?
Adrian
There can only be
Paul
one.
Highlander? There
All
can
right, hold
only
on.
be one? You know, Cole.
Is that where that comes from?
Cole,
Here, hold on.
you will appreciate this. I'm such a Highlander mark. A few years ago, Adrian Paul does this thing called the sword experience, where he teaches these marks how to sword fight. It's the greatest thing. He's great. So we found out he was going to be in Denver, Colorado, or Colorado Springs, whatever, same thing. It's all Ross Long country. So we go up there, and I get an interview with Adrian. I worked this all out. We go up there, and we go to. He tells us to show up at the end of the sword experience. So he's signing autographs, taking photos, and all the stuff. And he's got this little old woman sitting next to him. And Adrian is so nice. He had some guy walk up there, had like 4 katanas, and he threw them up on the counter, and he's like, hey, can I get these all autographed? And he's like, yeah, sure. And he starts to sign them, and this old woman goes, it's $100 a sword. Come to find out, it's his mom. She travels with him everywhere, and at the end of the whole thing, he's like, yeah, I'm way too nice. I would not make as much money as I've made if it wouldn't be for my mom. And what's so funny is after we did the interview with him, he got in his rental car and took off. And my mom took a photo of him getting into the rental car, and it's hilarious because it was a Highlander. So it's like Adrian Paul, the Highlander, getting into a Highlander. Amazing. But and I do have a katana is somewhere in this mix here in this haunted house. Between the 3 storage units and whatever else, it is signed by Adrian Paul. So I do have that. But I think that's awesome that I made that reference and you knew what I was saying when I said the Watcher tattoo.
Great minds, great minds.
I just educated myself on Google on that. There can be only one.
There can be only one. And the thing about it is that when I had a couple years ago, when I had a combination of strep throat and pneumonia or whatever the fuck, or as I was telling Brittany,
not ammonia.
ammonia.
You don't have ammonia. Pneumonia.
I watched all the Highlander movies. From the very first one,
there's a whole bunch of them. I just
from
saw
the first
spin-offs.
one
I'm like, what is this?
up to the as I call it the Avengers Endgame one that had Adrian and Lambert in it, which I still to this day I'm terribly disappointed by that movie because it's like you had the idea. They could Adrian Paul and Lambert could have went through that whole thing. They could have taken all those guys out like Bruce Lee in Game of Death. Instead,
Bruce Lee?
No. The one guy chops everybody's heads off, and then it's over. And then it goes to Adrian Paul and Lambert, and then it's...
the only one.
The only one.
I'm
And
like,
they get the prize.
garbage.
Apparently there is the prize. They
Yes.
get the prize, right? I see that. Now I'm...
And Highlander, the
mad at
TV show.
All 3 of you. All 3 of you, because now I'm going to go... I'm curious.
Highlander, the
And
TV
I have a
show.
bad feeling that I'm going to start tonight at about 9:30,
You
10
should.
o'clock. And I'm going to be, droopy-eyed at the office.
You should
'cause I'll
watch
probably go straight
Highlander,
till
the
5
TV
a.m.
show.
Watching the
Because the very first season had everybody from Joan Jett to Rowdy Roddy Piper in it. It's,
show. And Tina Turner for good measure.
yes. So
but
we did the
Cole-
booth.
Yeah.
What else? Amanda shot content.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about that and all that.
Okay.
That
And remember, you're not supposed to go there to shoot content, young ladies and gentlemen. You're supposed to go there for your booth.
you're supposed to go there for 10
I
hours a
sat
day
in my
on your
booth.
feet.
Wink, wink, wink.
That's what I've been told.
Yeah, we've been
I
told.
stayed
We're
in
not
my
there.
booth.
You did.
I worked my booth. What I did after that is a different story. Or I waited until Sunday morning.
You
Yeah.
waited until Sunday morning. So officially, it was before the show started for Sunday.
Smart.
She just got Sunday started with a bang.
A bang.
Thank you very much.
Literally and figuratively.
Good job. We didn't practice that.
That was good. That was solid. I like that.
So how did you network to get your shoots in and all your various things? Talk to us about all this. You're like a big deal porn chick.
A lot of it's this guy.
Yeah, he's the manager.
Right. He gets a lot of stuff set up.
Keeping my pimp hand strong. I'm just kidding. She
There you
kicks
go.
my ass all the way through.
Fucking love it.
It works out because way people we know, and she's approachable. People like her. I mean,
I agree.
Yes.
I'm not quite as likable, but so. But when I'm
Please,
like,
you're-
hey,
You're a
I know
teddy
I'm
bear.
scary,
Yeah.
but I got this girl. I keep look on my phone. I keep a picture of her on my phone, so I show her the picture. I'm like, hey, you want to meet this chick? And then that's how the conversations usually start from there.
That is amazing. Better than a business card, baby.
It's rocket. No, really the biggest thing is I have a ton of respect for Miss Amanda and all the girls. You watch them work the booth. Having been in sales my whole life, you watch them work the booth, and that combination, you're talking to people that are fans, people that are curious, people that they didn't know what else to do on the weekend, so there was going to be this convention to go to.
Yep.
The people that are content creators,
To people that don't even know who the hell you are.
yeah, people that don't even know who you are.
Right.
I had one guy that was just all excited. He goes, "Ooh, can I get a picture?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine." He goes, "Put your hand over my mouth." Okay, if that's what you want.
All right.
he-
Just
That's
when I thought I'd heard it all in this business,
Put your hand
something
over
else
your mouth.
pops up. I'm trying to understand that, but
Was his name Vince? Last name McMahon? No. But, they
probably has a little mommy thing going on, which is fine. I'm down with it, but I never thought about a picture like that. That's
put your
Well,
hand over
unless
my
he-
mouth.
bravo,
Pictured me as
bravo.
like a femdom or something. I
Yeah,
don't know.
like I was gonna say
but
bravo.
That's what he wanted, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
I
no
think
judgments.
The other thing is she went walking around. You walked Ash. You watched the bad
Of
butt.
course she did.
Ash.
Of course she did. Oh,
And so,
I love walking Ash.
but part of the advantage is where our booth was, in that we were in the Cassidy section, the swinger section. So our booth was unique over there in that we weren't competing in the fray amongst all the other adult stars.
right.
So
You were.
as-
Yeah, it was a good spot for you.
Yeah, it was as the other content creators are walking around to see. Well, it's obvious when you get to our booth, and you see the retractables, and you see the Miss Amanda Honeybee standing there. That here we are, and so that obviously they're like, okay, wait a minute, this is more than just the swinger side, and so that helped, and then we follow a lot of people on Twitter and just reaching out. Sorry, they ask you, and I'm doing all the talking.
It's
I
okay.
apologize.
You talk a lot.
I do. So that's how we get shoots. So they basically go, "We'll fuck her if you'll shut up." That's kind of how this works. If you'll quit talking to us, we'll do content. But and just following up and then seeing them and meeting the people and chatting and that's and plus the connections. So I mean, we're lucky with Michael Dayasan and you guys and a lot of people, a lot of the members that we have people to go say hi to, and so they put you out to go chat and talk to people and that. And this is a business that it's all about establishing those contacts and maximizing the opportunities, which is huge.
Well, and I think that's great. What was other than the guy asking for, hey, put the hand over the mouth? What would you say were a couple of your best takeaways other than that in the content? What are some of the couple takeaways that you liked getting out of it? What do you think you're going to do different next coming up for the booth? Let's get a little bit of insight in that for the audience members that are kind of like, hey, what did they do? How did they do it? And what are they up to next?
Okay, well, just jump in when I want.
It's okay, Cole. You want to talk about
start.
this?
I'll jump in if I need
I
to.
was wondering what was going on there.
Like anytime, the first time we have a booth, there's 1,000,001 things you start going through and analyzing, and the things that will change and do different. And I'll be honest, one of the biggest things that you're going to see at our booths going forward at any of the Exoticas, and like in Miami, it'll be Miss Amanda and myself because I do stuff as Santa Claus, and then in New Jersey it'll be Miss Amanda and me and Honeybee. You're going to be able to come over to our booth, and we want you to take pictures. A free picture. Come over and get a free picture. No, we're not going to charge you to get a picture. Come get a picture with us. Hey, here's on the girls' cards is a UR code, and they can go and follow right on X. Tag us in the picture. You know, what we want to make sure people understand is the way we built our swinger business and the juggernaut that it is by being personable, by being approachable, and by being real. And the reality of it is even if they don't know her right now, they don't know Honeybee right now, they don't whatever, it's a beautiful woman taking the time and talking to you as a person, not as a commodity.
Yes.
And that's not bashing saying that the other ones are doing it differently.
No, I know what you're saying. And
but
it's true. Yeah.
And we're going to make sure, and one of the things we're going to do is it's going to be obvious when you walk up, instead of just us telling you that, we're going to have stuff. Get a free picture. We're basically taking the tables out of the booth because we want people in the booth. We don't need.
You're gonna get a nasty email, but we won't get into that here.
Careful what you say there.
Careful what you say there. You may get a nasty email because someone from Arizona got one.
Yep. Really for taking the table on.
Yep.
It'll still be in there. I'm actually thinking about putting my wall on top of the table so it stands just a little bit about 6 feet taller.
I was about to say, just be careful. You want to do something. I've actually thought maybe I can make it like some kind of pop art in the Andy Warhol style, like just kind of do something with it.
It's going to be in there. It's just going to be back out of the way because what we want is we want people to come in and be approachable.
Exactly.
It's not about. Look, we can have it off to the side and hand people stuff. It's not so that they can interact. The thrill of a convention like this is the ability to interact with people on something deeper than just a 1970s car show. Oh, look, it's Bo Duke. Sign, move, sign, move, sign, move. It's to interact on a deeper level than that. And that's one of the things that our booth is going to do because that's just the way we are. So that's probably the biggest thing I think we're really going to
1970s car show.
I still have the picture of the General Lee and Daisy Duke was still
That's right.
Fuck it down and still do. Just saying.
So you did the content. You had the booth. Mm-hmm. So you had this little perv magnet with you, honey.
Oh yes.
What the hell was this all like? Getting her there and getting her into the mix and.
So the fun is, when she was super nervous, super excited when she's part of our network and she's one of my admins and all kinds of stuff and some of our stuff. And when you go on to honeybee.net, you'll see on her welcome, she talks about she's wanted to do this ever since the first time she saw a Playboy magazine.
Yep.
And as a single female, like so many times, there's a safety factor. There's a fear factor. God love it, and kudos to every woman that has taken that leap as a single and just went out there. It's commendable. The great thing is she came to us because obviously she's friends. She knows our journey, and she goes, "Hey, I want to do this." And we said, "All right, come along." And to help give her the opportunity to be in that environment, to be safe, to be, we drove to Chicago, so we're about 8 hours away. So we drove through the night and getting to talk about the fears, the concerns, what it's going to be like. Her and Amanda talking about outfits that they're going to wear and trying on outfits and the whole 9 yards. And that was such a tremendous thing. And I'm going to give a shout out to you guys because I got to tell you, one of the things that was absolutely tremendous was that she had the opportunity. You guys let her watch some shoots, and that is something that a shout out to every single a FY at all the different companies out there. Do that because she came back like a little kid at Christmas about it was everything she thought it was, and about how the understanding and the comfort level was so ramped up because I can remember when you went and did your first shoot. Not exactly, not at the conference, but did your first shoot before that. That I almost slipped.
Almost slipped. That's awesome. It's like an inside joke that half the country is going to know now.
But you know that you weren't nervous about the sex, but just the unknown,
right?
You know, and that took that away. And one of the things she's came back and told people about her experience. It's been a big part of what she's talked about. Is that aspect.
Good? I like it when people put me over.
Like that. And
I love it.
I will tell you this, Cole, and I'm glad that you brought this up. She was a gem to have on set. You know, I think that one of the things that, you know, kind of brings the Jiggy and the Giovanni, there's this, it's a yin and yang. It really is a different, I mean, if you look at us and just kind of grab two people and you're like, these two guys hang out together, like you wouldn't expect it, right?
Yeah.
But it fits and it works, and I think that's part of the, you know,
people would be like, he's successul, has a business acumen. I'm a moron. So, but
not it at all.
That's why I'm hired. I get it.
He's actually very highly creative, and him sitting in the director and videographer chair, me sitting in the producer chair on set, it brings with it to I'll tell you this, Honeybee, not only is she beautiful, but she was like studious. Like she was, I swear to God, like I looked up and I had told Canadian Girl, I leaned over to Canadian Girl, I go, it's like she's taking notes. You know, like I was like, I made sure that I said it loud enough for her to hear, but she just like focused over here. I'm talking to Canadian Girl about Miss Honeybee, like literally 18 inches away. And she was laser focused. And I want to bring that up because she did, you know, we talked about this, and I'm bringing this up also because we have Jiggy and I have a mutual friend who's a model, and she hated the fact that we had people in the room, couldn't stand the fact that, oh, there's all this lighting and cameras, you have people everywhere, it's very uncomfortable. And I'm like, no, it's not. Because now with more people there, the other aspect of it too is if I hear you say, I don't want to do that, that means two other people heard you say, I don't want to do that. So Canadian Girl, who's running tech for Jiggy, hears you say, I'm not comfortable with that. We all hear it. And so there's none of this he said, she said, or she said, she said after the shoot is over, because you have multiple ears cross-checking everything. And it is refreshing because not only is Miss Honeybee saying, hey, I was happy, glad there was people there, you could tell the set was controlled. I think that needs to be talked about too, because it's like, I think people don't realize it's okay to have those people there. You know, don't be afraid of it. It's not unprofessional. It's normal. And, you know, we're not tripod actors anymore. You're coming up to the big leagues.
Loves that
people.
Phrase.
You know, we got cameras moving around your body. You know, I mean, it's one of those things. So I'm glad you picked up on it. So you said she was kind of like Kid at Christmas. Was there anything else that she may have mentioned that was kind of funny to you or kind of cute about the whole thing?
I think it was just when she came back. I mean, it's just like she came back giddy, just freaking giddy, and that's what you want to see. I mean,
yes.
Let's face it doesn't matter if it's the adult side or if it's the lifestyle side, whatever. The ultimate goal all the time is to see people come back and have had an experience that was so tremendous that they have a permanent smile on their face. That, you know, if you're a dad, what's the ultimate thing? Is you see your family with this huge smile. As a husband, you want to see your wife throw that out of her mind. That's the human experience in humanity is the ultimate is to have that sort of experience. Most of the things we're going to do in our lives are never going to achieve that. They're just not. But we can never go back and do the first of anything. So when you do something you want to do all your life, right, and that first experience generates that type of response,
yep,
that's awesome.
You can't help but be excited for them and about the process. And that's an easy sell when she comes back to tell other people. When people ask us about the experience, because Amanda said those same experiences, to be able to have that when we come back and tell that people, you don't have to tell them, they pick it up and they see it and they feel it. When you can have somebody feel your experience after the fact, you've won. That's when you've made a difference. And that's a goal that I think people fail to shoot for in everything that you do. If you don't hope to have every single person have that sort of experience, you're doing it wrong. That's at least my philosophy.
That's
well,
awesome.
and I'm glad she said that. I mean, she was a gem. It was kind of funny you said, and I'm remembering that when she left, you know, she was very polite, thanking us. Hey, thank you for letting me be here. Appreciate it, et cetera, et cetera. But what was more interesting to me, holistically speaking, was that she was so businessy serious and polite and sweet that I thought for half a second, I was like, I turned to KJAG, did we bore her to death? Like, I was kind of like,
you know, that's kind of what I thought too.
Yeah, we thought she left, and I was like, "Oh God, she thought we were a bunch of morons." Like, yeah. I was like,
we thought we had given her so much information or had told her so many things
that she shut down.
And she did not give two shits.
So it was
we figured that she was going to go back and bury us to both of you two.
So they were boring. But she was just so serious that I was like, "Oh my God," you know, like, you know, I was like.
So I'm glad she went back and put us over.
I am really happy about it. So
her only complaint was that she was freezing to death.
You know, she didn't have a lot of clothes on to begin with, and Giovanni had that fucking AC in that room at like 54 or something. I don't know what it was.
That's the problem. When you're from Houston, Texas, you're so used to, like, you keep. I can hang meat in the hallway at the house, because the problem is, as soon as you walk out into that Gulf coastal, it's 95 degrees with 80% humidity. You're gonna sweat the minute you walk out, so you keep your house like freezing, and then and you hope to God wherever you end up parking, there's either a valet parking, or that you can immediately get to the air-conditioned building from the parking garage. Otherwise, you're sweating your ass off.
I forgot that she was. She was like, it was really cold. It was fun, but it was really cold.
That is fun.
So, okay, what was the? You guys drove through the night. What the hell was the trip like to get there?
I was curious about that too.
That was nothing. Hey, you gotta understand. Well, this is what we did. We worked all. We left at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night.
We waited for her to get off work and come over,
and then we just powered through. But look, this summer we're on the road. Starting in June, we're on the road like stupid. Like, we're home like 7 days the entire month, and we don't have a single plane ticket booked. we're driving to Gulfport, Mississippi. We're driving to.
That's awesome.
Miami for a thing. We're driving to Missouri.
The porn convention.
We're driving to Las Vegas. We're driving to the Poconos. We're driving to Des Moines. I mean, we're probably, so far, we will put somewhere around there of 20 to 22,000 miles in our car this summer, and in the months.
Wait a second. God, why do I do this stuff on the air? Okay, so you're driving to the Poconos.
Uh-huh.
That's some information that we may need to have a discussion off air. So Vegas. One of the things that me and the lovely and talented Britannia do when we go to Vegas is when we go to Vegas. Thank God we'll be able to go back to Vegas this next year, because the AVN is not going to be at Resorts World. It will be at the Hard Rock. Well,
Hard Rock, yep.
Virgin Hotels, whatever the fuck. Usually when we drive to Vegas, we leave on a Monday, and we drive like crazy to New Mexico. And then we stay over in New Mexico, and then we get up and drive like crazy to Vegas. What is your trip like? Or do you just go straight from the home base to Vegas?
We don't stop. We don't stop anywhere. So last
you guys need to get in the car with Brittany. Brittany had this idea last year. We went to New Jersey. She's like, we're just going to drive straight, and you sleep while I drive, and then we'll switch. And I'm like, I'm not doing any of that
I
shit.
can't sleep in a car. I can only sleep so long. I can't do it.
I get it.
Coming home from.
So when we went to Miami,
Yeah.
we stopped in Nashville, which was good because our brakes went out.
Oh, geez.
And then when we went to New Jersey, we stopped in Ohio.
Yes.
But that's where we got
Yes.
testing done at, was in Ohio.
That's the only reason
on
we
the way
stopped. On the way home from Miami, which is 28 hours, we drove straight through.
That was
We almost died, but
Yeah.
we drove straight through.
Jeez.
So we're switching like every 2 hours.
We're getting older. We didn't use. We actually altered our trip schedule because Gulfport is 18 hours. So if we were to drive home and we were supposed to leave Gulfport, we'd have 22 hours for it. We'd have to drive 28 to Miami. So we're actually altering plans to help our 50-year-old bodies.
I miss the road.
50-year-old bodies.
I drove,
You might be 50, but she doesn't look like she looks like she's barely out of high school.
Yeah, no, I don't buy it, but it's she does not look. Yeah, she does not look that old.
Yeah.
No,
You just got to count the rings.
So in June, be
Gotta
sure you wish
count
me
the
a happy
rings.
53rd birthday.
I'm sorry, 33rd. Okay, sure. 33rd it is. No, and I was gonna say, like, I could tell you this from the driving. I just experienced this long haul drive. As Jiggy knows, I fly mostly everywhere, anything, anytime. And and he knows I bitch about if I have to fly coach. Like, everybody knows that. Like, I was like, coach. And so it's like, to me, slumming it is like business class. And so for Jiggy, he's like, well, are you sure you want to come here and drive? I said, yeah, I'll go with you guys. I haven't done that crap in forever. So I land at the airport, and what I think, well, this is a funny story about Wichita.
Wichita,
Was I get out because I had to take meetings anyway for my vanilla job, so I'm in kind of like a suit, and I'm in the United Club in the like the business section of the club, so that I had like the little cubicle area, it's quiet. I had my headphones. I was taking some meetings, and then I had to take some sex meetings, so that was always interesting. I'm like looking at all the other cubicles, like, is anybody else looking? Okay, so I'm talking
sex meetings,
and so I had those, and then I get on the plane, then I get up, and so, but I got there so early because my wife, Valentino, she had an early morning meeting, so she's like, I gotta get to the airport. I can take it. I said, all right. So I got to the airport. I was at the United Club when it opened at 5, and so I was there till noon. So my luggage was in Wichita. So I get off the plane. It had arrived way before me. So I go to they have like one little bitty office for luggage that had been, arrived earlier than you. And so I go in there and I see my luggage just kind of sitting outside this office, just right there. I walk in and I said, hey, I was on United. I said, and the guy goes, are you Velasquez? It tells the whole name, right? And yeah. And he goes, okay. And I said, no, don't I need to sign? Because in every other major airport, if your luggage is waiting for you, they make you sign and have ID and show and like basically, thumbprint on the thing. And they're like, and he goes, okay, your luggage is right outside. I said, yeah, I know. I just saw it. I got to sign something. He goes, you're good. You look nice. And he went back to what he was doing.
Welcome
and
to the Midwest.
I know. I told Jiggy, I go, Jesus Christ. I go, I could have been just some schmuck. Walked outside, read the tag, came inside, hey, I'm Smith. And I mean, just because I had a suit on, I was just like, you look nice. So Jiggy picks me up, and then we head out, right, and with Brittany and whole 9 yards. And first he go to pick up his disco glasses. That was the thing.
That's right.
I grabbed Brittany's ass on the street. That was fun. But I told Jiggy, I was like, I'm driving. I can't. I've been in this plane. I've been in airports. I've got to drive. And the best part was we were almost to Kansas City, and well, there was the toll booth girl. I didn't know that there was still humans in toll booths. That was new to me. I'd never seen that before. I haven't seen that in ages. And like toll booth girl and I were flirting. She actually like touched my finger to finger. I was like, shit, I wish I had a 2257 right now. But we're almost all the way. And there was one point, Jiggy's being Jiggy, right? He's like a million miles on the phone. He's on the passenger seat. And he stops, kind of looks over. He goes, huh, that's interesting. And I go, what? He goes, well, I'm glad Brittany's asleep. I said, why is that? And he goes, I didn't know this car could do 100. Pedal all the way. I'm like, I'm flying. And Brittany, what are y'all talking about? Nothing. It's all right, dear. Go back to sleep. You're good. But that was a long drive. I mean, I drove there and then I drove almost all the way to Chicago. Let Brittany take us in. But God bless you too. I cannot drive like that. I mean, that haul to Chicago was a long one. I mean, and that wasn't even that long of a haul, really. And I'm a Texan, so for me, 8 hours is good. But that was just 8 hours.
It's like across town.
Yeah,
That's across town.
But I hadn't driven it. Like I hadn't been the driver, and so it was kind of like, woo-wee, you know. I was like, I'm getting old, you know.
So okay, we've talked about the booth. We've talked about the drive. What were some of did you get to go to any of the parties or any of the things, or did you just we got other shit we're doing?
We just crashed. That's the one thing. This is the difference with our age now, is that honestly we actually didn't hit. Normally we go out when we go to these conferences. We go out and
the trade show.
The trade show. This time we didn't. We were
convention.
we were pretty tired. We were pretty worn out this time. I think with the booth and everything else, and we had another gal there that was working the convention for us and talking to vendors and whatever. So, yeah, no, we this, that Miami will do a lot more of that. Obviously, New Jersey we will as well. We just depending on how, obviously we say that, and it depends on how many extra activities we have scheduled according to both of those places. So with any, like in Miami or in New Jersey, we won't, because we'll both be busy. But in a perfect world, but yeah, we've been to them before, and they're a lot of fun. I encourage anybody to go, take advantage of it. Go to that part too.
Right.
If you're not old, and just go crash like old people do.
Like old people do. Oh my God.
just look, man. I had to have help get my cowboy boots off after standing for 10 hours. I realized, it's like somebody help me pull my boots off. So
hey,
you don't have a boot? Oh, you don't have a boot jack?
No, I need one. I need one.
I was surprised. I've had a boot jack since I was like 22. I didn't
even know what they were until he pulls this out. I'm like, what the hell is this thing?
Yeah,
like,
everybody
it's a boot
that came
jack.
to the room
I'm like, what?
was like, well, everybody that came in was like, what the hell is that? I go, it's for my boots. And they said, what do you do with that? And I would show them. And people were like, oh my God, that's genius. And I'm like, these have been around forever. I was like, I was telling my wife, Val, like, first time, we were started, do the moving in thing, right?
Right.
And she's like, what is this? I go, it's a boot jack. And she was like, why do you have that? Da, da, da. And I said, well, because she goes, well, you're a Texan. You shouldn't need that. I go, no, I'm a smart Texan.
I'm a smart Texan, man.
There is a difference. I don't want to, and I'm not going to be sitting there pulling them. And then I have the stirrups to put them on.
Right.
And I have the jack to take them off. I was like, it just makes your life easier.
I need one because now I get old and I get swollen ankles like an old lady. So I need to help pry them off my fat ankles.
Well, according to Mama G-Ment, at the expos or at the pawn conventions, whatever. According to Mama G-Ment, everybody who attends these events wants to stand on their feet for 10 hours. That's why they're there.
Yes.
No, that is why you're there at the porn convention, is to stand there for 8 hours a day and do not leave that spot.
Yeah, but I figured the way this works is my job is to stand there for 8 hours a day. Somebody else's job is to maybe lay somewhere for 8 hours a day. Whatever.
There you go.
Just say hypothetically.
So when you guys go out and she shoots her content, do you go as a chaperone, or do you just go, hey, have fun, come back in one piece?
It varies. It varies. I mean, we track each other on our phones, and I guess, for us, it was like, yeah, if it's going to be in a different hotel, if it's going to be somewhere like that, if we're at a convention, it's going to be a different hotel. I'm going to take her to there. Just
awesome.
There's an advantage at being a 275-pound, 6-foot guy with long hair, kind of biker looking. It's always good for people to know that I know where she's at. Just speaking, where she's
looking. I love that.
Where she's 5 foot tall, just so they know. But by the same token, we understand. Look, that's work time, and that's because I'm a fat guy, I do the whole Darth Vader breathing thing, so I don't want to screw up the shoot. So, but I mean that.
If I don't feel comfortable, I say I want you to go along.
Right,
Yeah.
and but I'm.
But
there.
if I'm comfortable and it works out, hey, I'm fine.
I mean, when she was shooting on Sunday, I was down having breakfast. So, whatever.
That's awesome.
The buffet. Yeah.
It's all good.
No, I think that's great. I mean, I think there's, I think the thing about comfort level, all kidding aside about the model that won't be named who hated on us for having a crew of staff there, I would say comfort level is important because, I mean, especially when you're talking about having a partner, because that elevates it a little bit. Right now, you've got two aspects. You have not just the shoot itself. Am I comfortable with my partner? Like you're talking about, like your wife, is she comfortable with the person that she's shooting with? But then you also have that third party in that moment. You're the third party kind of cop.
Right.
If something kind of comes up, we had one incident with when we were shooting, we had Brittany doing one, and at that moment in time, Brittany at that point had two guys in the room who were like, no, that's not going to work for us. Like Jiggy and myself, the guy's like, well, my testing, and I was like, nope, not gonna happen, dude. No matter how much you try to talk yourself out of it, and then Jiggy says it, and then he looked over at me like he was gonna get some kind of override. Like I'm like, ain't happening. I'm like, I was like, what the, and so you have that, and I think that's really what makes the difference is having that, because when you're married, it's great to have someone to have your back and have that be that third party. Because sometimes I think when you, as the performer, like thinking about Miss Amanda, not that she would ever make a bad decision, but let's pretend, right? Hypothetical universe. She's got the shot. You got this guy. Now, she may be vibing with that guy. Everything may look good for the hokey pokey, right?
Right.
But then the problem comes is like maybe you, Cole, Crazy Kazaba, KNW, you catch something. There's that thing, and you've spotted it, and you're thinking, I don't know. And I always tell people, trust your fucking gut.
Yes.
Trust your gut.
Years ago when we first got in the lifestyle, before we had started KJAG, and before that we were at a house party, and it was going smashingly. Everybody was having a great time. Amanda was downstairs doing what you do, fucking. And so I'm upstairs in the kitchen because there were snacks and I needed a cocktail.
And there's snacks.
And
they have snacks.
And it was a house party. They had good snacks.
It was a birthday party too.
The guy was a baker.
It was
He was a baker and a cook, so she had great snacks, and she was fun to fuck. But so another couple was there, and they were talking to a guy who was having issues, performance issues.
That happens.
And this has stuck with me forever. And we were new in lifestyle. So we've been in this 13 years. This one couple, the guy turns to the guy who's having issues and goes, here's what you got to remember. They're just a fucking piece of meat. They're just a fucking piece of meat. Now, I went downstairs meeting and I said, here's the deal. I didn't know if she, had seen him. I said, I don't care no matter what. You're not fucking him. Ain't happening. Yeah. Because, no, you're not just a piece of meat. You are, everybody in life is somebody's wife, sister, spouse, girlfriend, whatever. And in the adult side of it, you are, if you are doing this just to get laid, okay, that's great, whatever. But this is about business and about professionalism and about, no, you don't have to become lifelong friends with everybody you have sex with. Obviously, it's a business, but there's a degree of professionalism and kosher and social norms and values that go along with that, that play into it, and it has to. Otherwise, the whole system doesn't work. Right. If you just want to go get pussy or dick, go to a bar and have some game and go get pussy and dick. If you want to do a professional shoot and it will be safe and kosher and whatever, then this is the option. So, and the challenge will be like in New Jersey, where we hope that I'll be shooting some stuff with the whole Santa thing, that we could be going in opposite directions. Because by the same token, just like what we talk about for her, I count on her many a time. She has saved me from I stick my dick in crazy a lot anyways, not her, other people. But many times she has saved me from sticking my dick in super crazy. That gut.
I will give Val, my wife, that credit too. She does help me from keeping my dick, stay. I get it. Because you're vibing and you start turning things off.
Yep.
Like you start going, oh, that's super red flag. It's a yellow.
Yeah.
I'm all right.
Okay, so I have to backtrack. First of all, super crazy. Great luchador used to be in ECW back in the day. Loved Super Crazy. Vince ended up putting him on a lawnmower and called him the Mexicools. That wasn't racist at all. Bruce, I got this idea. Put those 3 Mexican guys on lawnmowers.
Oh no! Pal. There's a great little Chinese restaurant inside in a downtown office building in Houston, and the Chinese family named it Walk and Roll.
That's awesome.
And people were like, I thought nothing of it. It was delicious, fast Chinese American food, right? It's not real Chinese food. It's our American. You know the drill, right? And so I remember one time this happened recently. They managed to make it through COVID, and I happened to be downtown on business. Like, you know what? I'm going to stop over at the Walk and Roll and get my little number 4 plate. So I go, and there's some millennial in front of me, and she's like highly offended by the name. She wasn't ordering. And so she's talking to the cashier. She's like, well, I don't like the name. And she wasn't even Asian. She was like white.
Not even Asian.
And so then she goes, okay, I'll get you the owner. The owner comes out, old Chinese man. And he goes, what's your problem? And she goes, well, the name. He goes, that's the name been since 1982. And she goes, so you're the owner? He goes, yeah, I named it. And she goes, don't you think it's racist? He goes, no, it's funny. Because we can't pronounce W and R. Sounds the same.
And then he went back into the back and made sure.
That was it. I mean, she took off. I mean, she was clearly defeated. And I was like, oh my god.
And then he went back in, had to grab his jacket because he had to go over Christmas night and pick up the mogwai from Billy. You are proven you cannot be responsible. So I don't know why we're making Gremlins references, but so one of the things that I think is amazing is that you said you're going to be doing Santa content.
Yep. Let's learn a little bit more about that.
I have to know because here's the thing. I did Santa content last year in New Jersey with a really, really hot black girl. And then this year I'm going to be doing Santa content because I am taking both my Santa suits. I have 2 Santa suits. And we have one that has a beard and one that does not have a beard. And the reason why the one doesn't have a beard is because they hired me to do Santa at an indie wrestling show. And they needed a beard. And so Brittany's like, well, I'll go out and I'll get this Santa suit that has a beard and I'll just take it back to Walmart Monday. And 2 years later, we still have 2 Santa suits. So, and then, of course, these Santa suits at one point when I was promoting smoker fights, we had these 2 college kids that seen the Santa suits in my midget bag, and they go, hey, can we wear these when we fight? And I said, sure. And so they fought each other, and we called it the Battle for Christmas. And I put it up on on Facebook. But I've got to know about the Santa suits because we might have to might have to have you and me and another person with a Santa suit and do like a 3 Santa orgy thing or something.
Okay, so I literally just today. Pull it up. So just today, I've done Santa. This will be the 3rd year I've done Santa. And what's funny is that we usually do
done Santa in terms of what
I perform Santa.
Thank you for the illustration there.
I was about to say, let's clarify what exactly you did with Santa.
Well, he does it for kids. Last year he did Christmas Eve at a mall.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But I also do. I went out and done Santa a couple strip clubs. I usually make more money doing the Santa thing, and all of our members love to get dirty pictures with Santa.
Oh, we have a guy.
Time out.
Hold on.
Strip club Santa.
Yeah.
Strip club Santa.
Yeah.
What
was nice? The girls did not wear a lot of glitter because I asked them not to ahead of time because. I don't want. I spent a lot of money on my suit, and I don't want my suit. I don't want to have to explain. Hey, little kids, let's not sit there. What's that on Santa's lap? Is that a gumdrop? No, it's a snail trail. Santa didn't have a chance to clean his suit, so we got to be careful on that. But I do my hair, so my hair is long, right? And so I actually take and go completely white, like, and I just now, so on Twitter right now, I just created today, or on X, you can see a picture
Look
of
at
me
that.
as Santa. But
Oh
if you
my
go
God.
on, if you go on
Because
Twitter,
it's Santa.
it's
Actually, that's next level right there.
well, yeah, it's at, oh fuck, what was it? Not NAW.
Someone in our audience right now creating the Twitter account. What the fuck was it?
Say it again.
NAWTY list Santa, all one word.
So it's naughty list, but naughty's just spelled different.
If you go look there, and I just created it today, and my website they'll be working on it this week. The website is www.xxsanta.com. So the goal with it, like so many, like for Amanda and so many content creators, they're hoping that they'll buy her porn, whatever. My goal is I want to work with the creators. Here's the deal: you want the dirty pictures with Santa Claus because you can't find somebody, but somebody. If you look at that picture on Twitter, I look like Santa. I mean, I'm grown. I don't.
You are the.
What the hell's
You're
her name?
dead on.
Yeah. And so here's the thing: is that my thing is this: is we want to be able for the girls that want. Whether you want still pictures, whether you want video, by New Jersey.
Zoe Fox. That is her name.
By New Jersey, if you're wanting to be able to release Christmas stuff by Christmas, ladies, here's the deal. This is a good time, whatever, to get your pictures with Santa while you're out there. So I'm available for shoots. We will do porn stuff too, obviously other adult stuff as well with it.
I will have the fantastic Michael Nagy taking still photos in one of our rooms. So if you need somewhere to bring people for photos, Michael would be happy to shoot photos for you.
I think he will go gaga on the Santa.
He would do naughty Santa all day long.
Well, and quite honestly, one of the things
I wish I'd known about this because I would have loved to have had extra booth space at Sexwork PR to have him be like the whole Santa get up with the chair and like get Santa, and like only tell porn stars you can go sit with Santa and get like a little line.
Get a little line started.
Hopefully at Miami, because it's gonna be hot wearing this in Miami, but I'm gonna have it on in Miami to set up for New Jersey, and obviously I'll shoot anybody if they want to shoot in Miami as well. But just like that, if there's photographers that do obviously like that work in the adult stuff and need.
Yeah.
Am I cheap? No, but if you look at me, I'm also look.
I like the naughty Santa.
Like
this looks
Santa.
like you need to take a look at it. Hey, everybody.
By the way,
Zoe
Fox,
naughty Santa list,
who is she's on the Twitter machine at Bad Girl Fox with 2 X's. She has a Santa fetish. And 2 years ago in Chicago at the porn convention. I have my Santas, which Brittany absolutely hates, but it gets over with everybody. It's the pants, the suit, the jacket, the whole 9 yards, the tie.
This is one of those moments where I have to agree with Brittany. It's like to me, it's a suit. If it's not the full Santa suit, if you're just wearing a suit about Christmas, it has to be Christmas time. But that's my opinion. I agree.
Zoe loves the suit. And Zoe told me she has a Santa fetish. Well, then a little bit later on, I bump into a guy who does Santa porn, and he tells me that he's like, "Have you talked to Zoe?" And I said, "Yes, I have." And he's like, "I'm the Santa." So
I gotta tell you what, though, Cole,
we have to team
I'm looking
up.
at this Twitter, your naughty list Santa.
In New Jersey last year, I went around as Santa the last 2 days.
I did see you the last couple days. Yes,
I heard about this. This is before I knew all your monikers.
Well, and one of the other things
Santa Casabah.
One of the things that we bring to the table is that you can actually, even in real Santa life, whatever, you can hire me and elves because seriously we have.
That's awesome.
Oh my God, yeah, midgets.
Well, yeah, and she'll come as an elf.
Oh, I thought you had midgets. I was all excited. I was like,
it's almost a midget. So we have a section.
That is amazing.
So even for people, and here's the thing, quite honestly, like for the pictures and stuff like that, we're open all the way across the board. Look, if I get all the females. If the adult male stars need pictures with Santa, I don't care. Pictures with Santa. I know that not every guy that does Santa is going to be willing to do the adult side of things. It's not going to let a naked chick sit on their lap or whatever.
Okay.
I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So we want to be there. Hopefully we can work with some of the photographers.
I'm getting an idea for Jersey.
Michael Nagy.
Idea for 2025. Stop. Idea for 2025. Stop, Jiggy. Stop. Double-size booth. Other booth will have like 2 chairs we can do normal interviews in, and then 1 chair will be like the bigger plush chair. That when we're not, we can schedule time and move the other tables out. And it'll be porn star time with Santa. Not the civilians, only the naughty folk and the people in the lifestyle that are certified. Like I want the people from Crazy Kink College. I want everybody getting their photo. We take money, the donation goes to Pineapple Support. So the money comes in for that, whatever they want, Cash App, tip jar. Give to Pineapple Sports. Something like that would be nice. I'm not signing anybody up here, but I think 2025 jersey would be perfect to do that at. And then that way you get a cross-promotional with Pineapple Support, who says, hey, go, if you want to have a little bit more fun supporting us, Naughty Sandy's ready for you over there. Go take your picture. Show your family. Frame it.
Okay, so here is my idea for 2024 New Jersey.
All right,
you bring your Santa suit. I will bring the other 2 Santa suits. I will schedule a Santa scene with a chick where there's a chick and 3 Santas. And what we do is we have the elf, but the elf doesn't do anything. The elf's not getting fucked. The elf is just in the scene.
Just sitting around.
So Amanda is the elf.
Yeah.
She could help the chick, like she could hold her ass when she's getting something.
Oh my God!
And she's not going to have sex with anybody because she's the assistant.
So
she's
Amanda
the elf.
will be. I love this. Okay,
all she is the elf.
The Santa's little helper.
Santa's little helper. That's all she is. But what the thing is here's the thing. At the end of this whole thing, she's the elf. She was in the shot. She gets the content to fucking sell.
There you go. Look at this. We're just
so that's the idea. And I know I can do a Santa. You do a Santa.
Yeah, I like it.
We'll find somebody else and have them as Santa. But one last thing on the Santa thing, there is a guy here locally. I don't know if you were familiar with the porn guy that hangs out with tadpoles, Rex Radiation.
Yeah.
Okay, I have one here locally that we refer to as Rex Radiation from Temu or Rex Radiation from Wish. And this guy, he looks exactly like Rex. And he does a thing on FetLife where he is Hutchinson Santa. And he does the same thing. He does this whole naughty picture stuff. Last year, he threw a swingers party. And then, for whatever reason, he canceled it a couple days before, and then he decided to redo it. I don't know. It's stupid. But he did a naughty gift exchange where he got 2 hotel rooms. This is such a complicated thing. It's a swingers party, guys. But he had 1 room that was a naughty gift exchange. You had to come to the swinger party and bring a sex toy. And then it was Mystery Santa kind of thing. And then if the chick got your toy, you could then go into the other room and use it on her. That was the whole concept.
Like a key party, almost like a key party, but with this sex toy.
It was so strange because there was people getting a hold of me that were going, can we just come to the swinger party? And I'm like, well, you can come to me and Brittany's swinger party because we're in a completely different part of the hotel. But you have to have a gift to get into his party. And they're like, I don't want to buy a gift. I just want to go to the fucking swinger party.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It was quite fascinating.
It was quite interesting. But you guys are amazing. Thank you for being as open and honest and sharing all your stories from Exotica, the porn convention.
The porn convention.
The expo, the trade show.
The trade show. But
we definitely have to do Naughty Santa in New
Thank you for
Jersey.
listening to me.
We will talk
confess
later
about my
that.
confusion at the Cole K&W. I'm glad to know you're one person, not three.
Oh, by the way, I want to toss an idea out at you that I want you guys to think about. I know that we have discussed not the potential, the actual of me and Giovanni coming to Crazy Winter Nights and doing a seminar for the swingers. An idea that I had the other day was, why not have a room the next day that is just so the swingers can go shoot content?
Right.
If we have the space.
Yeah. If you have the space.
It might have to be on one of the spillover hotels.
Yeah.
We have locked down 5 hotels.
Right.
Son of a bitch.
So because
Holy
the
crap.
primary hotel will fill very quickly, and the BDSM.
There's a whole lot of fucking,
will fill
Ric
very
Flair would
quickly.
say.
Well, and I think, yeah. And so what we were thinking of when we had discussed it was, if they have this opportunity to learn, right? They got this.
And then
little
they can
thing.
go take the notes and use
And then,
them
hey,
and put
come
them
on
into
over.
action the very
We're
next
gonna
day.
run one. Who's ready to go?
Sure.
We could do a mock-up and say, hey, look, so this is. We can explain. I'll have it up on the laptop. Here's what talent testing results look like. Here's what Clear Pass test looks like. Here's what Empower Health tests look like.
Sure.
Here's what you're looking like. We want to walk them through, because what we're trying to do, I think you Cole and Amanda have really understood this with what you're bringing with the lifestyle by having this education point, and thanks for letting us be a part of it. But I think too, is like so many lifestyle people, if you just look on FetLife, right, they're all wanting to see, can I make content? And it's becoming more commonplace. Right. So we'd like to help them start their platforms with a professionalism, but more importantly, with a safety mechanism. Right. What are these things you're looking for?
Right.
What are the things we want you to be doing? So we appreciate that. So that's the reason for the whole thing, and thank you for entertaining these ideas. I know both Jiggy and I can sometimes kind of come up with shit like bulls in china shops.
You guys are good. You guys are good. No, we could definitely talk more about it, because I think that's
okay. Great. I think it'd be great for the team and great for the lifestyle folks that you guys. I'm glad from a lifestyle, putting on my lifestyle hat. I'm thankful we have folks like you two.
Right. Appreciate it.
Can really. You make it fun, you make it engaging, you do it right, you do it safely, and you're fantastic ambassadors for all of us, for the common civilian who doesn't know and thinks we're, whatever, doesn't realize that we have code of conduct, we have safety. They think it's craziness, but we're very happy y'all are in it. Thank y'all for being great ambassadors.
Appreciate
you guys are amazing. Before we let you go, run it down for us. How do we get everything you're doing?
Website, everything for the Casbah.
So you want to go to crazycasbah.com, KrazyKasbh.com. You can get tickets to our Crazy Vegas nights, which we're teamed up with Whispers. You want to go. It's going to be a fucking blast in July. It's also 2 days before our 30th wedding anniversary, so we're actually going to do a vow renewal, and we're hoping that we're still married by then. We're hoping to still speak to each other by then. July's coming. We got a shot. Then we've got our 2 crazy summer nights. One's in June, one's in August. Crazy winter nights. Oh, my God. Come to Crazy Winter Nights. If you want to see the biggest, best lifestyle party in the Midwest, we're the first one in 2025. So in February 21st to the 23rd, we are going to have a huge vendor fair. We're going to have seminars. We're going to have our signature black tie optional formal dance. Friday night's dance is a black and white themed dance. Then our black tie optional on Saturday night. We have a 8,000 square foot dungeon set up. So one whole hotel is all BDSM, which will have tons of classes and discussions and demonstrations going on there. Shuttle services that will run between all the hotels as well. Adult stars. If you're an adult star and listening, we have adult creator tables. So basically, if you're an adult star, you don't want to spend $1,000 for a booth. You need to reach out to us. We have special adult creator prices so you can meet your fans or you can meet your favorite stars. So we hope you guys will come to that. Check out our podcast also, Crazy Truth About Swinging. I had to think about that for a minute. Casbah's Rants, the radio station, Full Swap Radio. Buy our merch because that's how I keep Amanda from leaving me by buying her cool shit. That's fullswapshop.com. And if you want to fuck somebody really hot, there's Amanda. If you want to settle for somebody, there's me. So,
hey,
her website.
What is her website again?
Her website is amazing.
Your website. Her website is www.missamanda.net. .net, and you can also find Honeybee, as you've heard us talk about. You want to see Miss Honeybee? That would be honeybee.net also. And then you can find me. My Santa one will be coming up. My Dirty Santa one. And
for the home audience, Honeybee. Any special spelling they need to know about, or is it
HUNNYB, the letter B, honeybee.net. So, you can see both of the girls' schedules where they're going to be at. So if you want to, here's the thing: if you want a chance to meet Miss Amanda, we listed all the events that she's going to be at. We would love to have you come to the events. She loves to meet folks. If you are interested in some her merch, obviously we've got that on the site. Her calendars. I'm doing a calendar this year too. Her calendar. I got suckered into it. Her calendar. But also, if you are someone you're interested, you want to, we are always looking. If you're a content creator, you can reach out to us that way as well. To her also on that site. So here's what we are. We're real. We're approachable. This is our full time. This is my gig, right? This is what I do like all the time. I have the greatest job in the world. It's what she does full time too. This is her full time job. So, and we still like each other. So
that's the key. We talk about love. You can always love somebody. When you're is the critical one.
Is the key.
People forget that.
Starting this next week, Miss Amanda, if you are on her OnlyFans, her loyal fans, she's going to start doing live, so you can talk with her. You can she'll talk with you, sit there, talk, watch her, touch herself, be naked. She's also on Chatterbait as well. And I promise you, we built Casbah off of going live on an adult friend finder. And the thing was,
AFF, I remember the good old days.
Many years ago, we had 1,500 people used to watch us, but we're just real. And trust me, when you sit and talk to Amanda, it's fun when she's naked. Trust me. And we got a really nice new headboard and footboard because I had to haul that motherfucker. But it's really pretty. That would be great for watching her live. So check that out as well.
Oh my God! How did you manage to get xxxsanta.com? That wasn't taken?
Nope. But I can tell you, Santa.
Holy shit!
Yeah. Right.
Yep. Because I'm good at what I do. This sleeve. I'm Santa. I'm magical. I do. If you're somebody that makes candy canes in the shape of a dick, please let me know. I'd be interested in talking to you. I need to hand those out. It all sides.
We need to find out who was making those lollipops at the porn convention that were shaped like penises.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because whoever did that probably can do the candy cane.
Yeah, because it's got to be curved. Because Santa can't just have a straight dick. I mean, I do, but
we don't want Santa to have Peyronie's disease, though. That would be.
Oh shit! Santa will be tested.
Santa will be tested.
I definitely want to. I definitely want to come up with a game plan for the 3 Santas and the chick, because I already got the chick. I've already talked to the chick. The chick is in.
Discuss it 5 times before the show was out. I hit it on my bingo card.
I've already talked to the chick. The chick is in. And we have the two Santas.
Yep.
And we have a third.
He kids you not, she's in. So.
And then if you get Amanda in that elf getup.
Oh my God, that's
just hot as fuck.
Which this is the key. This is the big thing.
I could just see her open wide for Santa.
That's right. She's not gonna. She may. If we decide at some point, part of this, maybe she gets naked, but the whole part of it is she's not gonna do any actual fucking.
She's a little helper.
She's just a little helper.
We'll get the little hat, ears, yeah.
She has the ears. Our niece, when she was way younger, at Christmas, I always wear like a Scrooge outfit because I have a top hat that I wear.
Yeah.
So right, and she would wear a Christmas elf, and our niece was just like looking at hers, and we're like, "Yep." I'm like, "She's real." I'm trying to peek around to see her ears. Her ears suck because it just pops out of the tip of her hair, so you can see. And it's like, holy fuck! And then you put her in a pair of fucking shoes with bells on them. You want to fuck her? It is what it is. I don't care. I mean, at some point,
It is what it is.
Grab
I don't care.
Frosty,
exactly.
carrot nose fuck or something. Something's going in there. It is what it is.
Well,
right.
you guys are amazing. Thanks
guys
for,
are amazing.
Thanks for
Thank
taking
y'all
as much
so
time
much.
as you
Yes.
did with us
We went
today.
a little over. I appreciate
And
that.
we really appreciate it, and we will talk to you guys soon. And Giovanni, before we let you go, run it down for us. How do we get all your stuff?
Always visit us at www.sexworkpr.com. You can find me on Twitter, twitter.com/GILV or x.com, if so is preference. Also, x.com/sexworkpr. All spelled exactly how it sounds, ladies and gentlemen. We're happy to be out there and also partner and ship with our good friends over at Tough Wank Studio.
And no matter what, it used to be part of the song, no matter what a stripper tells you. Here's the deal. No matter what someone who represents an expo tells you, never change the name of your company name. That's a story for a different day. We will talk to everybody soon. Thank you, guys. This has been a fantastic edition of